Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so excited to have you guys here. So I wanted to do a fun little story time of how I met my husband when I finally gave God a real yes. So a little bit about me, a little bit of backstory. I originally was baptized for the first time when I was 9 years old. So I was baptized when I was 9, but I didn't give God like a real yes until I was 26. And what I mean by that is that I was a Christian, but I was very lukewarm, like one foot in the church, one foot in the world, that type of deal. But after I graduated college, like I decided to give God a real serious yes. It took me a while to fully get there. Like, I'm thankful that God is more patient with us than we are with ourselves. But I want to say, like, I fully gave God my everything, I want to say, at 26 years old. At 26, I was like really sold out for God, and that's because I had a moment in my shower. Actually, I was just thinking about marriage, and I remember like saying this, asking this question in my head, like, Lord, what if I never get married? And I can still to this day remember Holy Spirit saying, so, like, so if you never get married, are you gonna stop serving me? Are you gonna stop being faithful to me? And that was like a real like slap in the face wake up call for me. So I decided, like, from that day forward, like, Lord, I'm completely committed to you. I'm completely all in for you, and I'm content with you. So if I get married, that's great, but if I never get married, like, Jesus, you're all that I want. So any other vices that I was having, like anything that was hindering me from getting closer to God, and God like filling any empty voids that I may have had, I got rid of all of it. And I want to go through the timeline just to show you like how amazing God is. So I gave God my official yes in February of 2019. Like, I completely surrendered to God. I truly feel like God delivered me from a lot of stuff, and it happened in my dad's bathroom. I was just crying out and pouring out to God, and he was just like healing me from a lot of stuff. So that happened February 2019. So July 2019, I took a solo trip to Alabama because I had a desire to live there. So like I wanted to check it out for myself, and I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with just the scenery and just the entire vibe of, Alabama. So I made a point in my mind that, okay, I'm gonna save up my money, and then by this time next year, I'm gonna officially move to Alabama. So now that was July 2019. So we're getting to August 2019. I took a position in my school district as a second grade literacy coach, and we were responsible for a meeting once a week at one of their teaching learning academy sites. And that was August 2019. I came into the room, sat down at the center table, and that's when I met my husband. He was sitting right in front of me. Now, at that moment, we didn't really talk to each other, but we definitely saw each other. We definitely sensed something special about one another. So that was August 2019. So fast forward to March 2020. everyone in the school building was sent home for 2 weeks. Well, at least what we thought was going to be for 2 weeks, but it ended up being the entire school year. And of course, I'm talking about COVID-19. So that happened. We got sent home, and this was actually during the spring break period. So we went on spring break, and then they told us, oh, we're going to be out for like another week, and then of course another week turned into the rest of the school year. So I was thinking in my mind, like, man, I'm probably never gonna see him again, God. Like, I thought, I felt something. I thought he did too. So like, just going with that in my mind, and like I felt an urgency, like an unction to reach out to him. So I slid in his DMs, as they say, in his messenger, actually, via Facebook. And I just sent a hey text, and he took it from there. We had a conversation. He asked for my number. So that happened March 2020. We got engaged November 2020. Then we got married December 2020. So I just wanted to like highlight that timeline, just to show like when God's hand is on something, like he moves swiftly. Like there's no slowing down when like God's hand is on something. So I just wanted to share that story. I pray that it's encouraging to you all, especially those who are waiting. Like, I encourage you to just continue to give God your full yes. I know for me, I was saying that I was giving God my full yes, but in the back of my mind, I was, planning my wedding in my head still. So when I fully like surrender my all to God and decided, God, all I want is you. If I never get married, all I want is you. And I had to like really mean that thing. Like I had to really stand 10 toes down in it and like let the Lord know, God, no, I'm serious about this. Yes, like I just want you. I fully want you. And guys, like if you like truly allow the Lord to come into your heart, like he will feel you in such a way, like you won't have room to think about anything else. You won't have room to think about marriage. You won't have room to think about depression or anxiety. Like I dealt with that stuff. I dealt with those worries, but when I gave God my full yes and allow his glory to fill me wholeheartedly, like it's just a feeling that I can't replace. Even though I'm married now, the glory of God, like there's nothing that can replace that. My marriage can't replace that. My husband can't replace that. Like the love and the glory of God that dwells within us is so much more rewarding than having a ring on your finger. Well, I pray that this is an encouraging story for you guys. And I want to know in the comments, like, do you guys have any stories like that about like God like moving swiftly in your life? It doesn't even have to be about marriage. It can be about anything that you felt like, man, God's hand is really on this because it's just outlined so perfectly and God has moved so swiftly on it. I want to hear your story. So let me know in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Later.